Hi, MLA Pete Guthrie here. There's been a lot of enthusiasm recently around the April 9th Leadership Review. Almost 15,000 people registered in order to have their voices heard in Red Deer. But unfortunately, it is not to be. Membership signed up to the special general meeting in record-breaking fashion. But after extensive polling and knowing full well that large numbers of registrations typically mean dissatisfaction, yesterday, the UCP board announced the cancellation of the in-person event, electing for mail-in balloting. Obviously, it became clear that the Premier could not win an in-person review, and altering the rules was determined as the best course of action in the hopes of salvaging a win. In my opinion, this reeks of desperation. The process for the event was established. Membership was assured by the UCP Board of Directors that Premier Jason Kenney's leadership review would be done with the utmost of care and integrity. They publicly stated their reputation on it, making their decision extremely disappointing. Now, from a legal perspective, there will certainly be a court challenge based on the fact this is in contravention of the Provincial Societies Act, not to mention the party's own bylaws. That said, those involved are counting on the fact that it will be months to find a resolution and most likely too late to take corrective action before the next general election, as is the case with the lingering investigation around the last leadership race. As far as the mail-in ballot system, well, this leaves something to be desired. The last U.S. election was plagued with controversy around mail-in ballots. In some locations, mail-ins were completely offside, with the results of in-person voting bringing about questions of their legitimacy and rigging. Mail-in ballots are ripe for manipulation. Even with an outside auditor to oversee the back-end process, they will not be able to adequately verify the authenticity of each and every member. Naturally, this lends itself to heavy scrutiny. With trust being the central theme of discussions I have with constituents these days, this regrettable decision will not improve anyone's opinion of leadership. It will only solidify opinions further. Recently, the Premier has taken to the use of terminology such as extremist to define anyone who is in opposition to him. This is completely unfounded and unwarranted. It's a kind of politics of personal destruction. It uses identity politics to classify people so their opinions can be dismissed or canceled. Similarities can easily be drawn to another Ottawa elitist, Justin Trudeau, who has deemed those that oppose him the fringe minority. This type of rhetoric from the Premier is not helpful to anyone, and certainly not to the party or the Conservative movement. In my opinion, today's announcement is the equivalent to tossing in the proverbial towel. Since the party has unjustifiably altered the rules and it has become apparent that trust for a fair and equitable process are tainted, one option remains. The party should forgo the review fiasco and move immediately forward with a leadership contest to save the credibility of the party and find a new leader. I believe there will be a lot of interested candidates from all across the province who will come forward to help restore faith in the process and repair trust in the role of leadership. Thank you.